of place, to me, is what essentially a church or a spiritual community is all about. It's about feeling comfortable, known, loved, being able to give and share your gifts and receive those things from other people, and that this is home, that feeling of home, yeah.
Sense of place is really about my relationship with wherever I am. I think, quote myself, in a daily word, and my soul is always at home in God.
You know, when I think about place, I think about more the concept of belonging. And I think we all have a need to belong someplace. And when you think about that spiritually, of course it belongs with owning who we are and being comfortable with that. I want to belong with myself.
Knowing your place makes me think immediately of the book Return of the Bird Tribes, where he talks about finding that this is a time when we are to find our tribes. Not because one tribe is better than another, but because we do our spiritual work best when we are supported and part of a tribe of people who are where we are in consciousness. And I find that a really satisfying idea, that we all have a right and perfect place to be. And it may not be the same tomorrow as it is today, but there is always a right and perfect place. And knowing that's so, and knowing that I'm there is very satisfying.
A sense of place, there again in our uprooted, mobile 21st century world, I think there's a deep hunger for that. And ultimately that sense of place is within ourselves. And yet, again, paradoxically, we're not just spiritual beings, we're also physical and emotional beings as well.
One of the things I talk about in many faces of prayer is the sense of the holy, of the sacred, and sacred space. There is a chapel here next to Fillmore Chapel. It's called the Peace Chapel, and it's got like 4 or 5 chairs in it, and the word "peace be still" is on the wall. And some people consider that one of the most sacred places in unity. What people don't realize is that there's an exact mirror opposite chapel on the other side of the Fillmore Hall to that. It's the same size, same space. It's just the opposite ends, two mirror opposites. And that one I call the Chapel of Pieces, because it has mops and brooms and the old AV equipment, things we use for the services and chapel things that the students do at Unity Institute. Now, one of them is a sacred place, holy ground. The other one is a broom closet. You know, so to me, you make your place sacred by what you think about it. There are no places that are any more sacred than any others, except that our consciousness makes it so. So with that in mind, you take your sacred space with you, and every place you're at is the center of the universe and is a temple of God.
On the shaman journey, we would call a sense of place what we call home. In Unity, what I would call a place would be creating a sense of knowing for the oneness within yourself.